Hello everybody, it's Arcangus here, coming at you again with another installment of Valheim. We were playing this last time. We created a new character, created a new world, and we were in search of a residence. Right, we last were next to this runestone. We just started exploring our map. We'd found out where Eikthyr was, and we were trying to find somewhere to live. So, we were going down the coastline, trying to find somewhere. Now, over here, this structure here is a crypt, or no, not crypt, more actually, it's a burial site. Sometimes at night, or even sometimes actually during the day, you may find skeletons around here that will attack you, so it might be an idea to leave that alone for a while. There's always a residence somewhere close to the megalith, so let's start going a bit cross country. Actually, I like what we were doing. We were hunting for some stone to make some stone axes. Bingo. Might as well start getting some wood while we're at it. Here we go. Here's our stone axe. Nice and shiny. We can now start cutting trees. There we go. Now if we go into the skill window, as you can see from last time, our list of skills is improving. Alright. Let's get back at it, shall we? Now if you press R, it puts it on your back, so you can actually move at a more reasonable speed. And now things like hunting boars will be much easier. As you can see from the 0 just to the left of where we're cutting at the log, we're hitting the stone, it's saying 0. That's because a stone axe, as should be evident, will not do the damage we need to be able to break them apart yet. We will need a pickaxe for that. Another good reason for getting ourselves geared up for taking on Eikthyr. Ah, mushrooms. Grab those, go on our map. If we press this icon here, we can, which I use for adding mushrooms. And we are being attacked at the same time. So, get rid of him. As you can see, I've put in the initials RM. You put in too many of these, your map will soon get very clustered with all sorts of names for things, because you'll find berry bushes, you'll find thistles, all sorts of things as you explore the lands of Valheim. Right, I'm starting to get quite a bit of wood just by exploring for a place for us to reside. So we can just build ourselves somewhere from scratch. Honestly, I'm actually a little surprised we actually haven't found a residence as of yet. And we are getting quite a bit of resources. Yep, dandelions can be picked up. They are good for recipes, especially things like healing potions and stamina potions and things like that, which we will need later on, especially once we start deciding to go exploring the other continents. Wow, I am actually honestly surprised we have not yet found a single structure. There's another rune over here. Oops. Hold traveller and bear witness to my warning. We are many who have come before you, carried here by Odin's will to do his work. The path ahead is hard and the dangers great. If you hold your life dear, keep to those meadows and make your dwellings away from the trees. Feared the Horned One, talking about Ecthir, and the creatures he will send against you. Yeah, the Greylings, the Grey Dwarfs and such can be annoying after a time, but to begin with, things like Greylings are a great source of that resin that we need for things like fire arrows. Okay, so it's become very, very clear there isn't a residence within a respectable range of the megaliths. Seagulls, we'll come back to them later once we have arrows, but they are a good source of feathers. Feathers you will need to craft better arrows than the standard wood arrows, which you can make in abundance as long as you have trees, and you can put various heads on the more advanced arrows based on resources you find. Fire arrows require resin, bronze head arrows require bronze, flint head arrows, flint. It's very intuitive what they are. So obviously I will not insult your intelligence. Okay, let's see here. We have 42 units of wood. Not exactly enough to build ourselves a respectable starting residence, but let's find ourselves a clearing or something that we can use. I am sort of tempted to use that rock face actually, but so I think sorry about that, got distracted. There we go, necktails. I said last video, they are also a good source of food. Once we've built ourselves a fire and we start cooking, we can actually start getting ourselves some decent meals. Wow, quite a few deer there. Do you know what? Let's use this area over here. Looks quite good. Obviously we need to do a bit of clearing out, but so right. Well, we can use this area to start building our home sweet home. Right, first thing we're going to need is a trusty hammer to be able to build things with. Alright, here we go, Hugin, and a ton more building pieces for us. You've crafted a hammer. With this tool, you'll raise mighty halls and towering fortifications. Start by building a workbench. This in turn will enable you to construct other buildings. Hey, I was reading that. Right. So, with the hammer, we right-click. We bring up the build menu. As you can see, we've got various things we can build. Here's our campfire. Open flame. So, we can build them inside a structure, but we need to make sure that we are ventilated, otherwise we will be smoked out and suffocated. Wood stacks, stone piles, more for cosmetic than anything else, but it can be a good way of being able to clear some space in your storage. Cooking stations, those will go over our campfires. Workbench, which is going to be our starting point here. Let's put this over by the rock face here. You can see we've got even more things we can build. And the wood arrows, like I said. Okay, you've built workbench. The workbench allows you to craft complex items, as well as give you access to a lot more building pieces to construct with the hammer. Indeed it does. Right. Now, going back into here, as you see, these are our building pieces. Finally, before I get to that, we have our furniture. We will need a bed, we will need some storage, which is the chests, and some torches to keep away the greylings. Alright, now first of all we have two choices, and the choice I'm going to use for the remainder of this video is quickly to shelter our workbench, because we will need to get a very special tool to be able to flatten the land. Okay, and as you see, we can now get access. Now, if this didn't have a roof, just to show you, crafting station needs a roof. So, when building a structure, probably at this stage, probably a very good idea to always have a roof. Repair anything that you can. And as you see, we've got quite a list of items. Now, this is the one we want at the moment. Here's a hoe, so we are going to need a little bit more stone. Should have thought ahead of this. Because now I need to go hunting. Again. At night. Damn it, run out of stamina. Oh, maybe. It's pushing us along. Hey! Alright, look at that. Deer hide, tanning rag, deer rug, deer meat. So, yeah, these are things. This is the advantage of being able to get these deer, because that tanning rack, that's an upgrade that we need. Beware of the weather. When the temperature drops at night or you're wet, you'll suffer from the cold. This reduces your stamina regeneration. Seeking shelter by an open flame is your best option when this happens. It is indeed. Right. Now, normally there is some stone around here that we can nab if it has respawned. I'm going to hazard a guess that it hasn't. Alright, as you can see, trying to find things by night is going to be a challenge. And I'm going to have to leave it here.